What is death? How is death confirmed? Can dead come back to life? If so, how soon and when? What happens when the dead is buried or cremated? What is death? Death is the permanent cessation of all vital functions in a living organism, meaning the end of life. It occurs when the heart stops beating, breathing ceases, and the brain no longer functions. Death marks the point at which the body can no longer sustain the processes necessary for survival. How is death confirmed? Death is typically confirmed through several key signs. 1. Absence of pulse, no detectable heartbeat. 2. No breathing, lack of spontaneous breathing, verified by observation and sometimes by using devices. 3. Fixed pupils, pupils that do not respond to light. 4. Unresponsiveness, the person does not respond to external stimuli. 5. Brain death, in cases of severe brain injury, death may be confirmed through tests showing a complete and irreversible loss of brain function. Medical professionals may use these signs in combination with clinical tests to confirm death. Can the dead come back to life? Under normal circumstances, once death is confirmed, it is irreversible. However, there are rare situations known as clinical death where a person may appear dead, no pulse or breathing, but can be resuscitated through medical interventions like CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or defibrillation. This is possible within minutes after the heart stops, before the brain sustains irreversible damage. If so, how soon and when? Resuscitation is most successful if done within a few minutes of the heart stopping. The window of opportunity is generally about 4 to 6 minutes before brain cells begin to die from lack of oxygen. Beyond this, the chances of successful revival diminish, and even if the person is revived, there may be significant brain damage. After brain death is confirmed, resuscitation is not possible, and the person is considered legally and medically dead. When a person dies, their body undergoes specific processes depending on whether they are buried or cremated. Here's what happens in each case. Burial. 1. Decomposition. Once buried, the body begins to decompose. The rate of decomposition depends on factors like soil type, temperature, and moisture. Decomposition involves the breakdown of tissues by bacteria and other microorganisms. Initial stages, the body starts to bloat as gases build up. Autolysis, self-digestion, occurs as cells break down. Later stages, the body eventually collapses as the gases are released. Over time, soft tissues break down, leaving bones. Long term, the skeleton remains for many years, eventually breaking down into simpler compounds, becoming part of the earth. 2. Grave and memorialization. The body is placed in a coffin or casket, and the grave is often marked with a headstone or other memorial to honor the deceased. Cremation. 1. Burning. The body is placed in a cremation chamber, where it is subjected to intense heat, usually between 1400 to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit or 760 to 982 degrees Celsius. The heat reduces the body to its basic elements, primarily bone fragments. Process. The soft tissues are vaporized and oxidized, leaving behind only bone fragments and ashes. 2. Processing. After cremation, the bone fragments are cooled and then ground into a fine powder, known as cremated remains or ashes. These ashes are typically placed in an urn. 3. Disposition of ashes. The ashes can be kept by the family, scattered in a meaningful location, interred in a cemetery, or even transformed into memorial objects like jewelry. Natural decomposition. Whether through burial or cremation, the body's elements eventually return to the earth. In burial, this happens slowly as the body decomposes in the ground. In cremation, the process is accelerated by heat. Both methods reflect different cultural, religious, and personal beliefs about how to handle the body after death.